guys, Miss Lacasse here, continuing with the trail. This is chapter 35 with permission from Scholastic. When I try to stand up, my knees buckle underneath me. I lie there panting for a moment, my elbows bent as I prop myself up against the rocks. It is time. I break out the last of my Snickers and let the chocolate and caramel and nougat dissolve slowly in my mouth. Only when the nubbins of those peanuts are bare do I chew them. I give Moose 2 peanut slices. He swallows them whole. About 2 miles later, we come across a lean-to with a shiny metal roof and old weather logs. I pause for a nap. Route 17 is less than 5 miles away. We can make it. We get 4 miles before coming upon the 3rd river crossing. It's a turbulent one with foaming white water churning above a swift current. There are no stepping stones. It is all one high wall of angry water, high and fast, seething with mud and tree branches from 2 days' worth of storm. Boots off, socks off, laces around my neck, pants above my knees. I know the drill by now. By the time I am standing at the river's edge, Moose is waiting for me on the other side. The water nearly takes out my legs when I step into it. It is much, much stronger than the past 2 crossings. I grit my teeth and brace myself, moving in a long shuffle. The water rises to my shins, then my knees. A sudden dip, and I am waist-high in water. The bottom of my pack is soaked. There is a loud crack. I look upstream and see a huge downed oak tree thrashing in the water. It is headed straight for me, its branches dragging trails of grass and muck with it. I can't move fast enough. I see the thick, dark roots of the tree spread out like a net. It is going to nail me no matter what. You're going to die, I think. Then I see Moose on the river's edge, barking his head off. No, you're not, I tell myself. It takes a lightning second to unloop my trekking poles from around my wrists and toss them. I unclip my pack and shrug it off into the river. It has kept me alive, but if I get caught with it under a tree in floodwaters, there is a very good chance that I will drown. Freed of my poles and my pack, I gulp a mouthful of air and plunge under the river just as the tree sweeps down upon me. Churning water floods my nostrils. My waterlogged boots hang on my neck like a noose. I half swim, half tumble as I feel the tree roots rake against my side. I twist by them and I feel the trunk slide by, missing my head by inches. Branches catch me on the arms and legs and scrape my ribs. They hit me in the stomach, nearly knocking out my mouthful of air. I kick hard against the bottom of the river, my feet barely scrabbling against the lime-covered stones. I claw my way to the surface and take one big, sweet gulp of air. The bulk of the tree has passed me. I made it. I'm too shaken to swim properly, but I flounder my way to shallow water. I plant my feet on the ground. Here toward the edge, the current is less brutal. Then a stray branch at the top of the tree hooks itself around my laces and lifts my boots off my shoulders. I grab the leather below the eyelets. No! I scream. I lean back and brace myself. I am in a tug of war against an oak tree. I will not lose. The laces tighten and it feels like my arms are being pulled from their sockets. There is a snap as the branch breaks. Drops of water fly free as I pull my boots to my chest, and the tree continues its journey downriver. Clutching my boots, I wade to the far shore. Moose licks my face joyfully, and I shake off the river, the mud, the water, the rotting leaves, and the soaked moss. I remove my shirt and wring it out, then do the same for my pants. My socks are swollen and wet, but still lodge inside my boots. I take them out and squeeze out the water, then lie everything on a sloped boulder, warmed by the early July heat. As I wait for my clothes to dry, I walk down the river to look for my trekking poles and pack. I don't have much hope, but as I scan the water, I see a flash of blue nylon on the near bank. By some miracle, my pack has floated into an eddy. I climb down the riverbank and pull it out. It is heavy and slumps wet against the ground. I drag it to the boulder where my clothes are and unclip the hood. Everything is completely waterlogged, but still there. I am not going to make it to the road in this state. I am too weakened by hunger and the river to carry soaked gear another mile. But I realize that somewhere outside my fog of hunger it is a nice day, lots of sun. Warily, I lay out all my gear to dry, my sleeping bag, Lucas's tent, my extra clothes. My headlamp doesn't work, so I pry open the battery door, take out the batteries, hoping that sometime the sun will get the electrical bits working again. The afternoon sun hits me hard. I curl up on the rock next to my stuff and drape a bit of tent flap over my face. I let the warmth of the July sun soak into my bones. I am tired, I am hungry, but I am not afraid. The next thing I know, it is late evening. My boots are still a little damp, but the rest of my belongings are so sun-dried they crinkle like potato chips. I gather everything and put it all in the back of my pack, except for my sleeping pad and my bag, which I lay out on a soft piece of grass by the river. I survived one night without shelter. I can survive another. As I get out my sleeping bag, Moose walks over. He lays his head next to mine, and together we fall asleep under the stars. The next morning, I wake to find my skin burning. My entire body has turned a deep, sunburned pink. I press a spot on my arm. It goes white, but goes right back to being the lobster color. It hurts to put on my backpack. It feels like red-hot pokers are digging into my skin as the strap digs into my chest. I will get to the road. I will get to a town. I chant over in my head as I walk. I will get to the road. I will get to a town. Now it is less than a mile to the road. I am in pain. My stomach is hurting so badly, it feels like it's devouring itself. I try to quiet my mind, to accept the pain of the trail, but not to despair or not to give in. I will get to the road. I will get to a town. I descend a final hill and break out of the trees, and there it is, Route 17. My brain explodes in the victory dance that my body can't manage, but my celebration is brief. I know it's only a few more miles into town, but I'm not sure I have the energy to take another step. As I'm standing unsteady on my foot and uncertain of what to do, a small red Toyota pickup comes rumbling down the road. It slows and pulls off a few yards in front of us. The passenger side window rolls down, and a teenage girl with freckles across her tan face leans out. Hey, you need a ride to town? I'm wary about my last hitchhiking attempt, but there's something about the girl's face that is kind, trustworthy. I nod. Can we take my dog too? My voice is scratchy and sounds strange. Sure, the girl looks down at Moose. Huh, that's funny. What is? I immediately am on guard. I swear I've seen that dog before. Oh, I've had Moose since he was a puppy. The lie slips easily out of my mouth. When it comes to protecting Moose, I will do anything. The girl shrugs. She climbs thumbs over to the driver's seat, where an older man with a gray beard has traveled all the way down to his belly, holds onto the steering wheel. I'm Sadie, and this here's my dad, Jim. We're going to the grocery store in Rangeley. We can take you as far as there. Are you heading back this way once you've done shopping? Sure, we can take you back if you want. The girl's thumb travels to the open cab. Hop on back. I bring down the tailgate, and Moose jumps into the cab. I sling up my pack and follow with my body a moment later. As I collapse against my bag, the truck rumbles to life, and we set off in the morning heat toward town.